As a result of an earlier indiscretion, preacher Tony Evans has declared his intention to resign from his position. He insisted he was following the group's recovery protocol at Oakland Christian Bible Fellowship. Now, Tony Evans can be added to the list of pastors who have resigned as a result of their own mistakes. While some were found out and made to quit, others, like Pastor Tony Evans, came clean on their own, admitted their mistakes, and stepped down to heal. This video includes a list of the pastors that resigned, the churches they were affiliated with, and the reasons they gave for leaving. We are grateful that you have seen this film and all of our others on this channel. It means a lot to us that you liked the video, followed us, gave us a bell, and wrote a review. If you haven't done so already, I kindly request that you join up and click the bell to receive notifications whenever a new video is uploaded. We can watch the video now. There is no specific sequence to this list. The departure of Crenshaw Christian Center's head pastor, Pastor Tony Evans, was based on personal faults. The first pastor to be named is Pastor Fred Price Jr. Because of this, he would be able to recover, says Pastor Fred. Those watching this video will hear Pastor Fred speaking to them. My loved ones in my existence, for which I am deeply sorry. Thank you for letting me down. My family, my church, you, and God have all given up on me. Therefore, I am stepping down as pastor effective immediately. I will complete it. I will complete it. I was forced to step down from my role as a pastor during this period. Following my father and the apostles' restoration plan is my solemn vow. One of the most important parts of my plan is to attend Sunday services every week starting next week and continuing all year long. I believe that this will help me hear God's message, get healed, and answer his call on my life to ministry. Crenshaw Christian Center is once again home to Pastor Fred Price Jr., Willow Creek Community Church pastor, and megachurch leader Bill Hybels came in second. He stepped down as pastor after numerous women accused him of sexual misconduct and inappropriate behavior. Accusations against him included inappropriate kisses, sexually suggestive comments, long embraces, and even bringing a hotel staff to his room, as detailed in a court document. The article also said that he was having an affair with a married woman for a long time. The minister denied all claims, and the accusers provided no proof. The charges were drawing unnecessary attention to Pastor Bill, who resigned in order to spare the church staff and elders the burden. John Belo, an Indiana pastor from the New Life Christian Church, comes in third. After confessing to straying on his wife, Pastor John wants to step down from his position. 20 years ago, he claimed this infraction happened with a girl who was 16 years old. The woman in the audience who had been listening to him before she got married got up, grabbed the microphone, and went into more detail about what had happened. Pastor John Lowe allegedly sexually molested and raped her after caring for her for 7 years before she reached legal consenting age. Megachurch number 4, Pastor Matt Chandler of the Village Church in Flower Mound, Texas, resigned after having sexual relations with a woman online. Their familiarity and the frequency with which they exchanged texts went too far, according to the church, even though the texts themselves were not sexual or emotional. They downplayed the incident by claiming that Matt Chandler was not acting or speaking in a pastoral manner. According to the church leaders, Pastor Matt's departure was a chance for growth as well as a punishment. After getting well, Pastor Matt went back to being the head pastor of the local church, a position he still holds today. Okay, 5, Howard Pastor John Wesley gave his resignation as the pastor of Alfred Street Baptist Church in Alexandria, Virginia, stating that he needed a break and was exhausted. He asserted that he became suspicious after a series of major events. But it turned to become a chore instead of a pleasurable hobby, and one was growing bored and worn out. Even while it was important for him to remain creative as a priest, he was finding that he was becoming less so. Pastor Wesley said that he would be stepping away from the church he loved for 3, 1, or 2 months due to a slight sense of emptiness. I want you to know that I am completely worn out before anything else. Similar to you, I also feel quite far from God. Assuming your position as a priest brings you special favor with God is a huge error in judgment. Your combination of prayer and employment makes me feel so distant from God. I am being pulled away by the Lord because I am suffering, yet I am not giving up. The Lord is trying to change me, you know. Tip number 6, Carl Lentz was the main leader of Newark's Hillsong Church. Pastor Brian Houston oversaw this Hillsong Church Australia congregation. The Newark Church, which he helped start in 2010, became very successful very quickly and began to draw in famous people like Justin Bieber and Kevin Durant. For younger pastors, his look, including his hairdo, clothes, shoes, and tattoos, was an inspiration. In 2010, Carl Lentz came clean about his past love involvement with his nanny before going on to another woman. He was let go from his role as senior pastor of Hillsong Church in New York. Carl and his wife took a vacation from their church duties so that they could focus on one another and become closer. His social media profiles, a documentary on Hulu, and his new program on the B-Side app with his wife have all featured discussions of the incident. She says she told him about it, and I informed him. Since I am familiar with you, I will refrain from passing judgment. On the other hand, I would like to ask you something. It occurred to me there must be something wrong with your marriage because you're here with me. No, it's you, he said. According to Carrie Ames, she tried to end their relationship more than once. She asserts that Lentz persisted in contacting her following their split until Laura, his wife, found out about it in late October. Did he give you a call to let you know? Did someone call? Yes, I understand. He phoned me at midnight and said, Amy, he was in the hall. He is audible in the hallway. As he goes on, my wife found out and I have to leave. I must depart. I felt devastated. Hillside fired him the next month. These are only a smattering of the many preachers throughout the world. There's people from all over the world who were compelled to step down due to different excuses. Even though pastors are held in higher esteem by their congregations, this proves that even Christians can be unethical. Can you tell me what to do if you see a pastor or other religious leader sin? This is what the Bible says. According to Galatians 6:1, brothers and sisters, if someone is found to be sinful, you who are spiritual, heal them in a gentle way. There is a healthy and moral way to deal with a sinner that won't hurt their already broken heart. Good churches use discipline as a means to help their members get back on track and maintain their church attendance. If not, the sinner runs the risk of alienating itself from Christ's body and God. The Bible states in 1 Timothy 5:19-20 that no accusation against an adult should be believed unless there are at least 2 witnesses to back it up. Congregational reprimands of transgressors are fitting. Other people will get a strong message from this. Since leaders should exemplify virtue, they should not be held to a higher standard. They show others the way to a life devoted to Christ by their own example. They should set an example of both the positive and bad consequences of sin for others to follow. Pastors need stricter discipline when they start to give in to temptation and immorality in their life. Others should see the results of sin through this discipline. In the same way that shepherds tend to their flocks, pastors do the same. The welfare of individuals entrusted to their care is their responsibility. As a boss, you need to take responsibility of your mistakes and apologize to everyone. They have an obligation to do so since it will help the people under their care. On the other hand, it's a caution against sin. These pastors who resign because of their transgressions are not meant to be embarrassed by this film. Every Christian should take this as a lesson that they should be trembling and afraid as they work out their salvation, knowing that they could fall if they aren't careful. To keep against falling, keep your head down when you're feeling good. But don't run away from God. If you sin, Jesus can forgive you and restore your broken spirit.